In this series, I'm on a road trip in Chile to explore the most intriguing abandoned places in the Atacama Desert, the driest place on Earth. In this episode, we visit giant ghost towns in the desert. Hi, I'm Bob, an urban explorer, and with friends I explore the most amazing abandoned places worldwide. The Atacama Desert has a long history of mining. Long before the arrival of the Spanish, indigenous people mined the area for copper, turquoise, and other minerals. You can still find traces of their presence in the desert. Large designs called geoglyphs are etched into the ground, probably for ceremonial or astronomical purposes. During the Spanish colonial period, mining activities intensified with the search for gold and silver. But the real mining boom started in the 19th century, when large nitrate deposits were found. The extreme dryness here is a key factor in the formation of nitrate deposits. Chile became the world's largest exporter of natural sodium nitrate or saltpeter, which is used as fertilizer and in explosives. The nitrate industry flourished from the mid-19th century to the early 20th century, leading to the establishment of many mining towns, such as Humberstone and Santa Laura, in 1872. Today, these sites are UNESCO World Heritage Sites and popular tourist destinations, so I won't cover them in this series. The Atacama Desert is scattered with nitrate ghost towns. Most of them are in a ruined state, but perfect for us to spend the night.
We just arrived at a ghost town, but I don't know what's going on here. And there is a factory which we thought was abandoned, but it clearly isn't abandoned. The factory is completely ruined, but still they use it. Oh, it's a grave. Eerie. Another grave. Hoppa! Cheers.
We'll spend the night here, before going to the main goal of this episode.
We're done cooking and then this guy shows up. We're being watched.
Anyway, it's too late to move. We set up the camera for a time lapse and go to sleep.
Por eso nosotros, baliza policial.
Suddenly, deep in the night, we are awakened by the security, who warns us about our safety and the safety of our equipment.
Peaceful morning. After a not so peaceful night. We are being watched again. He's hiding.
Hiding.
See it?
Yeah. Slowly.
Time to pack our things before we encounter unnecessary problems. But before we go, we take a quick peek around. Most of the nitrate ghost towns here in the desert are in a ruined state due to a century of neglect and exposure to harsh environmental conditions, so there's not much left to explore. Yesterday we already saw two recent graves. Here's another one. People have such a bond with the town that their last wish was to be buried here. I also check out the factory area with the drone to see what's going on there. It looks like there's a small active substation and a few other small installations. Nothing of interest, so it's time to focus on the main goal for this episode. Along the way, we come across many more similar ghost towns. Would you like to play with warships I explored, like the cruiser Colbert? Play World of Warships, the sponsor of today's video. It's a free game to play and available for PC. There are over 600 historical warships from all major maritime powers you can play with. You can play as a lone wolf or with friends in a division with destroyers, cruisers, battleships, aircraft carriers, and submarines, each having a different gameplay experience. The graphics are amazing, the ships are very detailed, and there's even dynamic weather, which make it hard to distinguish from real-life scenes. It's not just a game, it's a floating digital museum, displaying breathtaking recreations of not just the most fearsome vessels of the First and Second World War, but also many blueprints and designs that never saw light, but that have been given life in the game's virtual dockyard. So when you play this game, you learn a lot about warships in a fun way. Register through the link in the description and get an exclusive starter pack. Thanks World of Warships for sponsoring this episode. Finally, the huge ghost town emerges in the distance. This ghost town was on my list to visit in 2020, but the trip was delayed due to the pandemic. In the meantime, the town has partially reopened to the public, but many areas remain off limits, which make it interesting for us. The museum has already closed, providing the perfect opportunity to sneak inside, check the security measures, and see if my planned route to the off-limits factory area works out. We gained enough information for tomorrow. Time to return to the car before it gets dark. The fading light of the sunset casts a beautiful glow over the ghost town.
We found the perfect spot. I think one day they used to chill out here. Now there's nothing. Good spot. And on the menu today... Whoa!
Pasta again. Time to get some rest before the big day. Security patrols also this area due to a nearby active factory, but luckily we didn't get bothered last night. We get ready to explore and have breakfast when, out of nowhere, we are attacked by a pack of dogs. I only managed to film a few of them, but fortunately we were able to scare them away.
Some unwanted visitors, aggressive dogs. I really thought they were going to attack us, man. Yeah. Oh, they don't bark anymore. Yeah, probably smell food. They come.
Although they look cute and I'm an animal lover, I've read that many people get attacked by stray dogs, and in some parts they are a serious security concern.
Packing up. Had a great night for free. And today we're gonna visit one of the reasons why we came to Chile. A really big abandoned village.
Today we will visit the ghost town of Pedro de Valdivia, named after the Spanish conquistador who founded Santiago and served as the first royal governor of Chile in the 16th century. Established in the 1930s by the Tocopilla Nitrate Company, this town supported extensive mining operations. Pedro de Valdivia has the infrastructure typical of early 20th century mining towns, including housing for workers, schools, hospitals, a church, recreational facilities, and essential services like water supply and electricity. However, the nitrate industry began to decline in the early 20th century due to synthetic nitrates developed by German chemist Fritz Haber. Despite continuing operations through the mid-20th century, Pedro de Valdivia faced diminishing returns. The town was officially closed in 1996 and its residents were relocated, marking the end of an era for the nitrate industry in the region. We buy 2 tickets and can enter the ghost town by car, which is convenient in this blazing heat. Our exploration begins in the central part of the ghost town, the Central Plaza.
So this part of the ghost town recently opened, but as you can see, there's nobody here. We're the only visitors. Pretty crazy.
The Central Plaza is known historically as Plaza de Armas. During the Spanish colonial era, Plaza de Armas served as a main square of a city and had a military function. It was the place where the colonial militia would gather for drills and where weapons were stored. The town's first theater burned down in 1936, leading to the construction of this impressive replacement. The caretaker opens the building for us, allowing us to admire its elegant interior, which I believe is in the Art Deco style. This theater has a capacity for 800 people. Next, we gain access to the Pulperia, the grocery store that served as the characteristic shopping center of the nitrate mines, as every mining town had one. The term Pulperia comes from octopus, symbolizing a central core with multiple branches. The shopping center had various sections, including grocery, a butcher shop, a candy shop, a perfumery, a parcel shop, a shoe store, and a canteen. Today, the store has been converted into a museum, where you can see how the interiors of houses looked during the town's glory days. Now it's time to explore the off-limit areas. Behind the shopping center that was converted into a museum, we find another part that also belongs to the shopping center. This section remains in its original state. Several stores are located here.
It's much more fun to walk in a real ghost town.
The town is divided in 3 zones: the industrial zone, the American neighborhood, and the working class neighborhood. We will now explore the working class neighborhood with linear housing complexes.
Let's explore some of the houses.
These patios were used for drying clothes, keeping chickens and rabbits, and socializing with neighbors. During its 65 years of operation, the town housed up to 14,000 inhabitants who built their family lives around the nitrate office, creating a unique community with its own identity and roots. The identity and pride of being Pedrinos and Pedrinas, derived from Pedro de Valdivia. To this day, former inhabitants and their descendants continue to feel that Pedrina identity, meeting annually in the town on June 6th to commemorate the date of the office's first saltpeter production. A single worker received a 1-room house, while a married worker was given a house with 2 or 3 rooms. The next building which catches our interest is this school, which opened in September 1932 and is located at the Central Plaza. It housed almost 500 students in 1934. I peek inside and it looks promising. While Frank remains vigilant in the car, I quickly climb inside to explore the building.
Unfortunately empty, but still cool to see. '84. Looks like a book where people signed in and out. This room I also saw from the street, but there's no way you can enter it. I was already wondering where all the furniture went. Now we know.
I climb back outside and we continue our exploration. We stop in a street where you could find the post office and several restaurants and bars. Next up is the Church of the Holy Trinity, built in 1941. This is the only other building open to tourists.
Closed. Maybe the front door is open. Closed. Oh, that sucks. No key in it. No. So the church is the only other accessible building, but it's closed. Great. It's crazy how big this village is. Yeah, check the hospital. Epic.
From here we have a good view on the factory, which we will visit later.
A little break at the hospital.
Some lunch.
Yeah, lunch, yeah.
Nummy.
After the break, we try our luck at the hospital next door.
We managed to walk inside the hospital, luckily. Oh! Check. I didn't expect this one to be in there. It's the X-ray room. Dusty. Pretty cool. I think a lot of X-rays are taken here for the lungs.
You want some extra level?
I think I need an X-ray too, man. Can't stand here. Chest break. Maybe we find some X-rays here too. Uh, 1977. An old one. Maybe this part is abandoned for a long time already. Maybe an operating theater. They've locked it off. Open. Oh yeah. You can see here the operating theater. This is for the medical equipment. And there you can see where the light was.
This hospital, which opened in 1931, included wards for the sick, a polyclinic, a dentist's office, a surgical department, a maternity ward, and a pharmacy. It expanded as the population grew.
Laundry room.
Oh,
Cool. Miele.
Miele.
German brand here.
It's still repairable, they say. Yeah? It's always repairable.
Check, it's all Miele. I think they needed some parts. And here, I see here some stuff. Oh, you see? Yeah, some lungs here. Look, the lungs. Medical examination. This is from the room we just been. Diagnostico. Not good. 56. Damn. They drew something on the lungs. Can't be good. Yeah.
I think you will find a lot of papers with the same issue.
Yeah, of course. I think they had yearly checks here. I don't know, it's a different mine. It's Saltpeter mine, but normally it's the same in every mine.
It's a factory set, yeah.
Boxes full of
More files.
in here from the lab.
Strange, eh? The church they close, and here where the documents is everything open.
Yeah, more documents here. Feels like a bit more modern building because these is not made from wood, it's concrete. So, no. This looks like an upper part.
1951?
Could be abandoned for so long. Found the morgue. Yeah, this is for the liquids to drain. But it's a portable one. You could move it.
We move on to the social club and employee department.
Damn it. I crawled to the window and the door was open. Old office here. Name of the workers. This is the payroll what they were paid. Castillo Ramos Hernan got paid 26,000 pesos.
Which year it was?
This is 1994. Dragovic. Looks like this building got reconverted with a lower ceiling.
On the opposite side, the workers' pool is located.
Oh yeah, it's super hot here. No wind at all. Maybe 34 degrees, maybe even more. Here's the pool. Oh, the baby pool. Unfortunately, we cannot take a refreshment here. But it looks pretty cool, yeah. How often you think they had to refill the pool? They're also unclean with the sand, of course.
Constantly.
It's even too hot to swim here, I guess. Pooh hey. All the dead trees. Not a single tree survives without the interference of humans. Crazy.
We drive into the American neighborhood, where detached villas house the supervisors and administrators. These were by far the most luxurious homes in the town. This area reminds me a lot of the abandoned ghost towns I explored in Namibia. The main difference here is that the regular workers had better living conditions. We make a brief stop at school number 45, which was the primary school for the American neighborhood. Unfortunately, there's nothing of interest left inside, so we continue to the pool of the American neighborhood. We get noticed by the security, so we drive back to the entrance. Here, we spot another interesting looking building with a basketball field next to it. It turns out to be school number 45.
So on the sides of the building there are small classrooms. And in the middle of the building is some kind of auditorium. Pretty unique.
I move on to another school, the Industrial High School, where children most likely were trained to work in the nitrate mines. Besides some murals, it's pretty empty too. Having covered a good portion of the ghost town, I begin searching for better preserved houses. I come across another basketball court and wonder how they managed to play sports in this blazing heat. They must have played in the early mornings or evenings. Another small hospital was located here, but nothing but ruins remain. Since the town consists of thousands of houses, it's difficult to determine which ones are the best preserved. However, I finally came across an area with more items left than just a pair of shoes and bottles. We've seen enough houses for today. It's time to move on to the industrial part of the ghost town. In the next episode, you'll see what we discover there. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to stay updated about my future adventures.